So, my name is Dr. Bagley, and this is
Lady V.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. This is Talk
Unity.
Awesome. So, we're going to continue on from the last section. This
regarding
is another.
dating.
So,
and we're going to talk about traditional and untraditional relationships. And this is something that is not new.
No.
Okay,
no.
So just so you know, it's not new.
This is not an old school, new school thing.
Nope, it's not.
Nope.
But we were talking about getting to know one another as well as supporting one in their efforts.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Correct.
And traditional relationships should be in that text in the sense of how you approach a woman, how you nourish the relationship,
Okay.
which is getting to know them, you know,
Okay.
what makes them tick,
Sure, sure.
what they like, what they don't like, spending that extra time, and really not so much, and I'm talking about traditional relationship because remember we're trying to get to the altar, so traditional.
Strategic.
So not so much so of trying to jump in the sack.
3 days.
Yeah.
That's the minimum.
3 days. You
3
wait 3
days.
days before you get in the sack.
Sometimes more for me.
Oh, okay. Now, but if you were that Christian boy, what's the time frame?
3 days.
Whoa. Okay. All right. This is gonna be heated today.
Because keep in mind, traditional, there's a outside of what we talk about in church. And
I'm talking about
grooming.
the traditional for church
And
and getting to that altar.
There's a traditional in behind closed doors.
Okay.
3 days.
I don't know. He knows more than me on this topic, I guess. But
Go ahead.
there are quite a bit of us who look to certain celebrities, and we give so much weight and credit to them.
Sure.
So, in a traditional Christian
Okay.
setting, because you brought it up, I'm so glad
Sure.
that we are supposed to wait until we are married.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So,
at least that's the teachings.
okay, so that's the teaching that's the traditional. That's the way we are.
Just don't read the book of Ruth.
Yeah. And so, so I bring that up
Okay,
because
go ahead.
Many of you may favor Oprah Winfrey, and I just recently saw.
Stedman?
Yep, I just recently saw some footage from Entertainment Tonight and on Facebook, and it was the same footage I saw on Entertainment Tonight, that Oprah and Stedman has been together over 32 years, and they are not married, and they are in an untraditional relationship.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm not telling you all that you should be picking one or the other.
Sure.
You know what you can sustain yourself
Sure.
from doing and what you can't.
Sure.
You know, that's up to you. But
So-
who does not like the gentleman opening up the door for you?
Being chivalrous.
You know,
right.
Providing flowers,
There's a lot of ladies
holding
who
your
don't like that.
hands, going on walks, having picnics. You know, I'm a movie person. Going to the movies, taking me to the
Romantic.
yeah. You know, but also doing some of the things that he likes to do. Say he likes to
Watch the football
hunting. You love sports.
Mm-hmm.
Take me to shoot pool. I'll do that. I love that. I'll tolerate bowling. You know. But once again, in a relationship, even if it's traditional or untraditional,
Sure.
we still have to allow ourselves to be open to do the things in which our significant other wants to do, because if not, he or she will find someone else that will do those things with them.
Sure.
And you truly want to spend that time with your dear loved one.
So let me define it just a little bit more. All right. So in both traditional and untraditional, there is a time when you're dating, right?
Right.
In the process of dating, there is no traditional, untraditional. Sex is going to be involved. Financials is going to be involved.
Does it have to be sex? It could just be fondling and
That's sex.
just
Penetration.
and just kissing.
You don't have to
I
have
see
a
all that.
penetration, but base one, old school, base 1 and 2 is definitely involved. Because I want to see nakedness before I commit to this thing. We you know, I like to. I'm a man. I'm a visual guy. So that process. Now, what makes
There's a
it
lot on my list.
what makes it a traditional versus untraditional? In my mind, it's the objective of getting together. It's one traditional. The objective is marriage. The non-traditional objective is maybe we'll get married. Who cares?
Okay.
But you're doing the same thing.
Okay, and that is why I use Oprah as an example.
Correct.
Because what she's doing is nothing new than what people have been doing.
And kids, 20, 20s and all of that.
It's still going on
still
today,
going on.
and it isn't anything that's going to go away.
Now, in context, even biblical, Mary stayed with Joseph for 2 years, raising the kids and not being married.
Mary,
Mary.
you
Jesus' mother.
Yeah, but you have to also remember when she
14, 15,
when she went to
16.
go live with him,
She was-
he was gone a whole year. He wasn't even in the house.
It doesn't matter.
No, but I'm
That's
just saying.
untraditional.
But I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Don't dispute the knowledge that I know.
No.
You know.
But my point to the relationship is it could be construed as untraditional.
Yeah.
The church in today's time, or even back then.
Well, not
in
only was it
context-
untraditional, the fact that the village, and I'm gonna call it a village, the priest and all them, they had an issue with the fact that here Joseph comes back, she's pregnant, and
Right.
he wasn't the one that gave her the
He was
baby.
gone.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
so put her away, and the angel had to tell him no.
So notice, even in the story, those of you who wants to read the Bible and so on, he wasn't upset. The church wasn't upset that they were living together. They was upset because she got pregnant.
Yep, and he wasn't there.
And he wasn't there. All right. So in context, even in different cultures, let's say Asian culture, Muslim culture.
I'm glad you brought up Asian because I actually asked some of my friends regarding it and the fact that they dated 2 years long distance
Yes.
and
Never touched.
Never
Never
touched.
touched.
So you yourself, you were
Never
speaking
touched.
about you
I'm
that
not
you
Asian.
needed within 3 days.
I'm not
but
Asian.
they actually dated long distance, and they both from Vietnam. So yeah, and they never kiss.
In fact, the parents probably put them together.
No, I know the whole story.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it didn't.
Okay.
But their marriage is a thriving, growing
Right.
marriage because
Right.
they've been married. It'll be 16 years this year.
Wow.
And their whole thing now is to try and teach their children their culture.
Sure,
However, with America's society,
They Americanized.
that's what's conflicting with.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
they themselves are both
Right.
Vietnamese.
Sure. So in context, so let's say if I'm American, right?
I hope you are. You're an alien then, if you're not.
Whatever. Let's
He's from Mars.
whatever. So anyway, so let's say I get with a different cultured woman. That by itself is going to put a big strain on the relationship. My belief systems, her belief systems, my culture, my whatever. So if you're in that type of relationship, you have to give it a little bit more space and respect. But at the same time, it is a give and take, and you're still moving towards an objective. Are we doing this to get married, or are we doing this just to have fun?
Right.
That has to be communicated from the get-go. One thing that I've noticed about a lot of ladies nowadays is they're willing to live with the guy, be with the guy, tell the guy, I want to be married, I want to be married, I want to be married, and he's like, no. And they're not leaving.
That's why I said, ladies, lock down the goodies. And avoid letting them come into your home. I'm sorry. I'm going to just keep this real. If you're going to date, and we're doing this profile of what he has and what she has been, well, then here's the thing. Date outside of your home. He doesn't come in yours, you don't go in his, because it brings up the temptation to want to get busy, get physical, like he just said. His is in 3 days. But you can avoid all of that you don't have to put that kind of stress on yourself. And back to the book actually says that, since you brought up culture, that is something that has to be discussed, because most of the conflict or the stress comes from the fact of our culture, what we were raised into, and then what we are getting. We can be both black in the relationship, but the way I was raised and the way you were raised, may clash, you know, and I may be a neat freak because I was told to clean, and you lived in the ghetto, and if you clean, that was fine, and if you didn't clean, so when we come together, you make messes, and I get crazy because it's out of the norm for me. We got a problem. That's stress. How do we fix it? So
Talk to me.
Yeah, he's going to say, this is how you do it. Man, before you throw your dirty drawers in the corner, think about what your woman feel about it. Just take it in the basement, throw it in the wash.
So in context, what she's just defined was the dating process, and apparently it's somebody who's living together, who is now married. So in context, So in the very beginning of this example, she should have went on a couple of dinner dates, movies.
But I said all of that when I said don't bring the person in. Do all your dating outside of your home.
So in this process, you need to ask one very important question, and that question simply is, what's the objective? When do you want to get married? Do you want to get married?
In the first date.
In the first date.
Okay.
Now, what does that do? That opens up the avenue right away so you don't waste time, energy, and emotions. Second date, there shouldn't be no second date if you know this character doesn't want to get married. If your objective is to get married.
And I like that, because I also remember a man revealing how many children they have. And to me, that's a red flag if they haven't all come from the same woman. And you look at yourself and say, okay, do I just want to be another add-on? You know,
so the very first date, if you will.
I asked that question.
And even if the date is on the phone or texting, don't text this relationship. Don't text until you're in a relationship, because too many misconstrued things come out of that.
That's true. That's true.
Phone call or let's meet.
Outside of your home.
So those questions need to be asked, because that's the addition or the understanding of, are we going into a traditional relationship, or are we getting ready to go into a non-traditional? So, for example, if a guy says, yes, I want to get married, but right now I'm in school. That's traditional. He wants to get married. He has no objections. In fact, if you get pregnant, he's married. Going to the court, let's go. But if you got a guy that says, no, I'm not thinking about, I want a career first, I think I want to do this. If you get pregnant, ladies, he's not taking care of you. He's going to focus on his career. And then the court system is going to force child support.
Can I go back and say, you made the comment that if the guy is in school, and he says yes, he wants to get married, but then you said that say that the girl got pregnant, his mentality and his motive is just shortened. Meaning he wants to finish school, and then after. But what I want to say to you is that that's not always true.
It's not right. I'm just throwing that out. I'm not specific relations.
It's not actually true. In all cases, because I know it happened to a young lady when I was in college, and his parents got involved. They saw the potential of their son. They wanted their son to get to X, Y, Z. They saw that she was on a different track, like I just showed. I gave the example that say that I come from this kind of neighborhood, and he comes from the other kind of neighborhood. Well, the family saw that in them. And here's the sad piece that I didn't tell you in the story. She did get pregnant, but guess what? She didn't get pregnant by him. And he truly loved her, wanted to marry her, but when she got pregnant but this other man's kid, parents was like, you dumped that. And it truly, and the person that she got pregnant by was a friend of his who was in school with, they were hanging out too close.
So we're not talking about those triangles. Oh, brings a point. Ladies who got best friends, as soon as you get a man, cut your best friend.
I have to agree with them if they're not married, yes.
Cut your best friend.
You can't reveal to them.
No, he's
the
good in the
hard-
sex.
Yep.
He's a muscle man.
Wait. You can't tell them
We
the
went
goods
out.
or the bads.
Right.
Because what we have seen in reality TV and The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, what happens is your friend
They will
use that and get close to your man.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it does happen. I won't say it happens with everybody, but it do happen.
I would say 90%.
I'm so grateful to the good friends that I have.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that was not me,
Yeah.
and that was not them.
Wow.
Yeah, really, it wasn't them.
So-
I could tell my friends anything,
Right.
and they could tell me anything, and it didn't go anywhere. If anything, either their husband and I clashed. And they know who I'm talking about because we can laugh about it now.
Oh,
but
if your friends is married, that's a different story. I'm talking about two single ladies, best friends, and one.
I agree. I agree. I agree to that because
now again,
that actually did happen to me.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
but wait. When I say it happened to me, please know. When I say it happened to me,
Excuse me.
I wasn't interested in her man, but she felt that he would be interested in me, and then Dad got into the picture. And I don't mean my dad, the man's dad. You picked the wrong girl. You should have the friend. And, well, then guess what? My friend dumped me because of what her future father-in-law, if the guy was going to marry her, said about that. He needed to dump her, and son should have grabbed me up. So.
Which brings another point in my mind, and that is this. Guys, a word of wisdom.
Men too.
Yes, a word of wisdom. No woman wants a guy that another woman don't want.
Didn't I say in the previous video that men are just as vain as women? You best believe it, yes.
Right. So in context, if you are single for a while, and we're talking about the guys here, if you're single for a while, my suggestion is call up the best of friends of females and go out on a couple of friend dates. And then take some pictures and post it. And then put a story behind it that says, we just broke up.
Whoa! Have you done such a thing?
No, I have never done. No, I promise.
If he's giving you advice like that, he's done that.
I've given it advice to do.
He's done that.
No, that is
nothing.
I'm not worried about that thing.
Ain't that
Trust me.
nothing?
So here's guys to help you out.
I sure didn't do that with my ex.
Now, female. If you want a guy, it's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Do not be seen with another guy. The worst thing you can do is be seen with another guy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Please tell us why.
Because no guy wants seconds.
Whoa, no guys.
And see, here's the
Okay, but then you know what?
Let me define that. Let me define it.
I gotta say something. I want you to define it, but I gotta say something.
Okay, go ahead.
That is really tacky.
It is tacky.
Okay, because.
And it's unfair.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time, because what I hate that I'm attracting and have been attracting this for too many decades now, married men being attracted to me.
Yes.
I hate that. Why is that? Why is it that, well, I do know because my pastors done told me, so I'm just too independent, that the younger brothers won't, the single brothers won't step to me.
Right.
But it's the married men that do, and
Right.
I don't appreciate that.
Well, you may not appreciate it, but it is what it is. So, in context, what does this mean, ladies? If you're an independent woman and you don't see yourself out there, and the guys don't see you out there with other guys, then you become a challenge.
Okay.
You literally become a challenge. Like the lion, for example, if you know lions will not hunt anything that is wounded.
Remember I told you the story of that in the very first.
Right. So lions do not hunt anything that's wounded. So if you got another man and
remember,
you're trying,
the man isn't the one that's hunting; it's the female. So let's get it right.
Yes, in the context, but let's use this as a go.
Okay.
If another guy sees another woman, you're not so much a challenge because he got you.
Okay.
But if you're a single independent woman and you notice like Lady V here is getting hit on all the time with guys who are not approachable, shouldn't be approachable, right? Is because you're not being seen with guys.
Okay.
And they
know,
assume that you're a career woman.
Okay.
And they know you're not ready for a relationship.
Okay.
So that's an easy thing. Hey, let me go get you because I'm an alpha. And the alpha will approach it because all we want is sex, and women needs more sex than guys at a certain age, 35 and above.
That's another topic.
35.
That I would love to address.
Hormones get triggered, and so yeah.
I think he has stopped himself. He done backed himself in a corner.
No, I didn't back
opened up
myself
a door
into.
that he shouldn't have opened.
No. So if you're looking for a woman, guys, BC, make up a story. Girls, get rid of those pictures on your Facebook and social media of all those guys hanging around you. You become not so attractive to a good guy who might treat you very well.
Okay. I have no comment on that. He has answered my question now. Why married men tend to flock my way.
So here is why married men leave their wives. It's because it's the same reason why sex is the number one or top two relationship of divorces. Is because when you marry that guy, you're in a freaking same position. You know how many pumps this guy got, you better get ready for him to do something else.
I'm going to say I agree with this.
Okay. Now, there's a book called Kama Sutra or something like that.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, there's a book that gives you different positions.
I will even give you. Oh, if that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, but at the same time, you got to bring. If your relationship flatline, your man is going to cheat. Now,
and vice versa.
I'm not disagreeing. In fact, there's more women cheating than guys.
Oh, sorry to tell you. No, it isn't.
Did you do the research?
You're doing right. It is even.
Oh, well, it's even. There you go. If you're in a relationship, both of y'all cheating.
There you go.
Which y'all just need to go get a divorce.
Because it doesn't all your cheating with infidelity doesn't all have to do with the physical, because you could actually be emotionally and mentally cheating.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why they said
it's equal. So they adding that part. Good. I'm glad. So for example, social media, ladies, if you're married and you're not telling your husband you had a bad day, but you're getting on Facebook and telling Facebook you had a bad day, you're cheating.
Yeah, I think you brought that up. That someone sent you an emoji, not you, but if a man is sending it to your wife and she's accepting that, right there, yeah, you're right.
You're cheating. Yeah. So yeah, right.
Because once again, it doesn't have to be physical.
Right. No.
It could be
because
emotional.
Women's cheating is first emotional.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Men's cheating is first physical. They go. If you see a lady at work and her cleavage is all out, I guarantee you his hormones is popping. And vice versa. So ladies, when you're on social media and you're putting your sexy pictures on, yes, you want the attraction, and yes, you're getting all of the thumbs up, the attention aspect of it. You're getting that, and that's great, but what you're doing is you're cheating on the relationship with your mate.
Yep.
And when that happens, the opposite, the mate aspect, is feeling left out, and they're going to want to fill that void.
Yes. And that's where the creeping comes.
And that's when the creeping comes. Because if you're on Facebook, I guarantee you he's looking for another woman. It's just a matter of the approach and time and the right woman.
Yeah.
So, how do I fix this? Stop with the social media. Talk to your man. Get your man involved. Go to counseling. Say, hey, baby, we've been doing this. I noticed you only got 5 pumps. Viagra's not helping. What the hell? Get a dildo. Strap on. Something. Shit. I'm sorry.
No, he's not sorry.
No, I'm sorry for cussing. And that's the thing. Yeah. Sex, for Christians at least. And let's talk about that.
Yeah, because saying all the suggestions that you gave, can you actually really see a Christian
with a strap on
pursuing those?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they should if it's going to enhance their relationship, with their wives. But I don't think any of us would be quickly to say that that's what we actually.
No, look, a lot of y'all Christian ladies don't even say you do give blowjobs. So Okay, so let's be real here. If y'all are satisfied or pleasing your man, and sometimes it doesn't take all of that sexualness, it just simply takes time with him. If he likes to dance, all it really means is go out dancing with the guy at a club.
Yeah.
Right? Couple of hours dancing, a little sweating. He too tired to have sex anyway. Take his butt home, put him to bed, and you're good.
He may be good, but what about her?
Just pull out the toy that
Okay.
you've been using.
Okay.
So who's to care?
Okay.
So, but the point is, he's not creeping anymore. He's not going to creep
Okay.
because you're pleasing him and fulfilling him. And who knows? After a while, he might feel romance again.
Okay, now you spoke about him, so now speak about her. If we've done all of this for him, and now what is it he's going to do for us to prevent us from wanting to create?
All right, there is an excellent book that I will recommend, The 5 Love Language. 5 Love Language, yes. 5 Love Languages tells us about 5 different characters, how to express love. So if you are a woman who is a gift person, you will express love by giving, okay, not necessarily receiving.
Okay.
So if she's a gift giving, she's going to express love to me by giving to me. Let it be a note on a refrigerator, a text every now and then, and so on. Right? Now it'll be foolish for me to say I'm giving you all of this stuff and you're not loving me, because she's
That's
not a
just-
receiver.
Right.
Okay. Now, in the 5 love language, if she's a woman, words of affirmation,
Okay,
encouragement, and so on. She's the woman that guys, every 20 minutes, send her a text. I'm thinking of you, baby. I'm missing you. That's the woman who would never get tired of those texts.
Okay.
Now, if she's a physical person, her communication is through physical touch, then he better come slapping on some booty, grabbing on some shoulders, giving her a kiss on the neck.
Okay. So we're at number 3 right now.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
think that's the
I'm
other, but
coming.
you're right.
We're at number 3.
Right.
Okay.
So the point is,
no, I want you to go through all 5 because
what's the other 5?
Because the point I'm going to say
What's
is
the
this:
go ahead.
that she could be a combination of all 5.
She could,
Okay, so
and that's awesome.
Yeah, because I'm thinking now, me,
Sure, sure.
trying to see where I'm at in there.
Sure.
So a woman can be a combination of all 5.
So,
But I want to know what they.
So what I'll
4
do
and
is
5 are.
I'll put a link below if you're on YouTube. I'll put a link below where you can go to the actual website.
And then we can talk about this again.
And we can. And there's a test that you can take as an individual and couples to figure out your actual love language.
Okay.
And then once you do that, then you can message us however you want to communicate,
Okay.
and let's talk about it. How to build the relationship.
I'm thinking about my past in my marriage and what I was
Right.
from the 3 that you've given, and yet I'm not that anymore. So,
Right.
wow. So
And-
you will change, I
and you
guess.
have to change.
Yeah.
You have to,
As
because
you get older, you will change.
right, because circumstances will change
Change
you.
it, yeah.
If you're 20 and to 30, you're not sexually driven, and so you just might want to just spend a little quality time,
Yeah.
right? Then when you get into your 35, and
Which they
40,
call that. You just have an old spirit about yourself.
yeah.
You're just warm.
You can give her whatever you want. If you got that kind of woman, guys, you better fucking do that.
Just tell you what they would call it.
Mhm.
I think that's what I was married to.
So in context, that's what I would suggest. Do that, and to give back onto the woman in the relationship, guys.
I really want this book.
Yeah.
I really want. I
This
want to know what
this
number 4
book
and 5
is old school. I mean, when I first started school, this psychiatry guy, he actually wrote this book, and it's been a wonder. Saved a lot of relationships.
Okay.
So That's where we at.
That's where we are. And we just have so much more to talk about.
We got more.
Relationships.
So, if you have any specific questions you would like for us to address,
please don't hesitate. Send them in.
If you're viewing us on Facebook, message us. If you're viewing us on YouTube, get in contact. I'll put the phone number and all of that stuff on here, or emails. And so get in contact. We would like to hear. We can talk all day, but unless we're really getting to you, it'd be even better, I think.
Let's meet each other's needs.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
All right. So my name is Dr. Bagley.
I'm Lady V.
Thank you
Until
for
next
watching.
time.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.